I just want to know what you're planning for St. Patrick's Day.
I love funny women, full of wit and wordplay, a dirty sketch or a spoof.
How are you, my tigers?
Hi, my name is Erin Locke. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to Hamilton.
St. Patty's Day, I'm wearing green, I'm wearing sequins, we're going out.
Well, Dina, if that is your real name. Like I said before, y'all are all deluded, all right? President Trump is still running the government.
God told me to expand my horizons. That what he said. Or was it legs?
Taurus gets a little horny with Uranus.
Now go touch your inner goddess as much as you'd like.
You're alive.
This production value is extraordinary right now. What? Like all those, I was so detailed. Dina, amazing job. I'm loving it. Hello, welcome to Lady Laughs Extra AF Comedy. What's up? Woo! Nice to see you all. Welcome, welcome. For those of you returning, welcome back. For those of you your very first time, welcome to the fun train. Yeah. So, how is everyone doing coming up on the anniversary of the lockdown? Are we all good? Are we fine? I'm fine. Everything's fine. It's just fine.
Not fine.
Every day's a new adventure, isn't it? Or not. Dude, I swear to God, like, I've developed the weirdest habits, like crying in the shower most days. Like, I really enjoy the good old-fashioned, like, really super dramatic, like, squeak down the side of the shower. Just just snot and everything coming out of my face. It just gets washed away. It's not so exciting. I've also I've been doing, like, just trying to pass the time. So I've been weaving baskets. You are what you eat. Yeah, everybody's like, that's when you know you're freaking cuckoo. Like, weaving baskets. Sounds fun. And also, I've been getting into macrame, so I've been making myself little nooses, just the whole line that I've developed for myself called Just Hanging Around. No, it's fine. I just use them just in case, right? And just in case they're just like, you know what? The world's we're going to press the button and be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm glad we're doing this. So, last year, bidet sales went up. Did anybody know this?
What?
No, what?
Sales of bidets went through the roof. And it's not because of the toilet paper shortage or anything like that. It's because people are super into eating ass now.
Amen.
People eating. But I'm glad they're like keeping it clean. Like there's no faster way to get a parasite. I'm glad. Jeez. So it's almost kale season, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which everybody loves kale, don't they? Sprinkle it in everything for health's sake. Oh my gosh. Dude, eating kale is like blowjobs. You can't reward yourself like actually swallow. I've been talking to my mom a lot lately because I can't visit her. She lives in Hawaii, so it's like just an enormous thing to try and get there. And then you would have to stay. Like the thing is, their lockdown is crazy. It's 2 weeks, like 2 weeks in a place. Like you can't go camp. You have to either stay in a hotel or stay with the person that you're staying with for 2 whole weeks. Like you can't leave. They check on you. So there's no way I'm staying with my mother for 2 weeks. Because she'd be dead in 5 minutes. But I love my mom. I love talking to her, and she's getting older. Like she knows, like, you know, how to text, but not appropriate text necessarily. And she's getting more and more deaf. So I'm loud, clearly. And the fact that she can't hear me sometimes, I'm like, oh girl. You're going downhill fast, Mom. And then we were talking about, I was like, oh, I need to update my Vision subscription. I mean, no, not subscription. That's I'm not like scrolling my eye app. I want blue this, and then next month I want orange, and then prescription. And she's like, oh, I haven't bothered in years. You know what? I get older, my eyes get worse. People get better looking.
Thanks.
Amen.
She's like, I don't even have wrinkles anymore. Like, that sounds like it works. Like low lighting. Oh, and this is the thing that I miss the most about my mom is she's so cute. So we haven't done holidays together, but every holiday, like my mom's super into like, you've got to have the mashed potatoes, the gravy, and the turkey, and they all go together, like mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey, right? Like this woman will, in the middle of July, make herself a turkey so she can have mashed potatoes and gravy by herself.
That's a bad bitch.
Right?
Amen.
It's got to be real. It can't be like, you know, potato flakes or none of that garbage can gravy, nothing like that. But like, so when we're actually having a meal together, and she's always done this, and I wait for it now because I'm so excited, but she'll sit there and she'll wait for like a moment of silence after she's eating some potatoes, and she's like, I love potatoes. And I don't know why. It's just ridiculous. But she always says it's like this weird, dirty secret that she's kind of confessing to everyone. I love potatoes. That's so cute. So I've been like also watching like a lot of animal documentaries because I like animals more than people.
Word.
For sure. Oh my God. They're so much better than us, but they're still also awful. Like I was watching this one, and my favorite narrator is Sir David Attenborough. You know? He's getting so old. He's like 1,000,000 years old. He's still alive, and he's always been such a champion for the earth and for animals and for humanity. And he's just like, if we just stop being a bunch of assholes, we could make things better. And nobody listens. So last year, David Attenborough gave up. David Attenborough gave up. And I'm like, oh no, we're doomed. But my favorite one, I watch it over and over again. It's about these geese, like these baby geese. And I'm just going to like do it for you because you don't have a choice. All right. Newly hatched barnacle geese. Their parents chose to nest atop a large tower of rock in Greenland. Extreme isolation was the only way to keep their brood safe from predators on the ground. There's a price to pay. Hell yeah, there's always a price. Let's go. Baby goslings are getting hungry and, like their parents, only eat grass. But they won't be able to fly for another 8 weeks, and so they'll have to jump. What? What? You said 360 feet tall. Do you know how tall that is? That's like the Statue of Liberty. That's like a skyscraper. That's like, oh my God. And these little beanie babies, there's these little like balls of fluff and fat. They don't have wings, and their shit ass parents like fly down to the bottom of the cliff, and they're just like, "Hey, get your asses down here!" And those honks, the honking echoes throughout the valley, inviting all the predators and catch the fat babies falling from the sky. Line up at the bottom. Like, what a harsh beginning. So they have to follow their shit ass parents. And they just wily coyote off the cliff. Just the baby gosling spreads its body in order to lessen inevitable impacts. If it lands belly first, it should survive the fall. Well, it should survive the fall. All right, let's watch. Like, it sounds like a wet leather glove. I'm watching this with my son. He's like, why are they showing this? I'm on the floor. I can't stop laughing. Why isn't the cameraman doing anything? Some of the goslings have not made it. No shit, David. The parents greet their babies, a little dazed perhaps, but all in one piece. Dude, the fuckers are shivering and cross-eyed. Like, one's got his beak on backwards. Like hopscotch with his face down a cliff, his beak over. Oh my God. But I suppose if I had 5 kids at a time, I'd probably jump off a cliff too. All right, that's my time. All right, let's get ready for our next comic. This is I didn't pull up her stuff. She was from India, but now she's in Nashville, and that's all I remember. Oh no, Paige, get up here.
That's a great start.
Her accomplishments include 1 failed marriage with a goal of failing at a few more.
Yes.
Introducing Ritu Tirtani.
Hello, American citizens. How are you guys doing? I'm going to be a citizen soon. I'm on all the dating apps. I've been doing a lot of Zoom shows. I feel like I do a lot better on Zoom shows. The reason is because I'm Indian. You know, I'm naturally good at talking to computer screens. Well, I'm glad you understand my Indian accent. I wanted to remind you guys to extend your car's warranty, please. I do comedy as a side hustle. Being a comedian has made me realize I want to give up on being a vegetarian. Two attention-seeking skills should not be in one person, right? This COVID isolated life has made me scared of death. I don't want to die. I'm worried if I die, who will take care of my Instagram account?
Totally.
All right. Well, a little bit about me. I got divorced a few years ago. I think divorces are emotionally and financially hard, but I think it gets worse when you have a joint email account. Like Ron and Pammy forever at AOL.com. After divorce, I had a lot of free time, so I joined a book club. But I don't know why I joined a book club. I don't even like wine. Whenever I do these divorce jokes, my mom is like, Ritu, stop doing divorce jokes and think of second marriage. I was like, Mom, I'm not ready yet. I still have some money left from my last husband. Well, I'm single again. Welcome to America. I was stalking my ex the other day, or as Americans call it, looking for closure. I'm really trying to get over my ex. I went on a date last week, and this guy was like, "Hey, I like you. Do you want to come over, watch Netflix and chill?" I was like, I don't do Netflix and chill dates. I know what American men want. But if you have Amazon Prime, I'm up for casual sex. You guys cannot see me, but I'm 5'1". So if I go on a date with a taller guy, I wear heels. If I go on a date with the shorter guy, I wear flats. If I go on a date with the broke guy, I just don't show up. All right, that was a new one. That did not work. Okay, go. I'm new to American dating. I think a lot about my sexual fantasies. I have this wildest sexual fantasy to make love to an American man with no student loan debt.
Yes.
These are dating jokes, but in reality, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm dating a guy in Columbia, Tennessee. I never thought I'll have to cross 3 Cracker Barrels to find love. Talking about dating and sex, though, we don't have sex education back in India, but I still somehow know how to fake it. Well, who votes these jokes for good?
Woo!
Who votes these jokes for not good? Well, your votes naturally don't count. You're in America. I'm an immigrant, right? I have hard time making American friends. I think we're different. Like I don't have any food allergies. Like I prefer water without ice. The word ice scares the shit out of me. Yeah, this joke used to kill when Trump was here. I kind of miss Trump. I do. I don't like the way Indians are greeted in America. If I see an American, I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" But if an American meets me, he's like, "Oh my God, I love Indian food." Don't do that to us. From next time, if I see an American, I'll be like, "Oh my God, US healthcare sucks." I feel like you guys are loving the American jokes, so we'll keep those rolling.
Yeah.
I think Americans are cool people. You guys have some weird hobbies, like your obsession with recycling. America, recycling makes you look poor. Please stop doing that. And then adopting rescue dogs and flaunting them for years. Don't do that. And then blessing people when they sneeze. Why this discrimination? Why not bless people when they fart? Why not? And trust me, Indian farts need blessings from Jesus. Talking about God, though, I feel like I moved from India to America, so I should do a religious upgrade too. So I'm switching from Indian God to Jesus. Indian gods are overweight. You guys have a good-looking, hot Jesus God? And also because I love unlimited bread and wine.
Yes.
And just a suggestion, that communion thing you guys do, I think Indian garlic communion chip with wine tastes a lot better. This is a good audience. So I'm going to try this new one, okay? I wrote it this morning. Let's do it. There are 1.3 billion people in India and 36 million gods. And you guys have 300 million people and one god. What does it tell you about Indians? We are good at math. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. All right, a comment said, hey, keep a balance between Indian and American jokes so they don't feel like they're the target. But hey, we all know who the target is, Mexicans, right? I can get away with that joke. People, that is called brown privilege. Mm-hmm. I have a question for you guys. Is anyone looking to buy brown parents? I'm selling mine. My parents have a basic common love story. My mom loves my dad and my dad loves alcohol. I called my mom last night and I was like, Mom, I'm really nervous. I don't think I'm funny. She said, I don't care if you're funny. When are you getting married? You know, my favorite part about my parents is that they're still in India. My dad is a big believer in karma. He said I got divorced because I made fun of someone's divorce. Well, I learned my lesson. I make fun of rich people now. I really like to be rich. I want to be rich so I can go gluten-free without any judgment. All right, I'll end on this one. A lot of people talk about problems Indian women face, you know, gender inequality, rape, and all that. Nobody talks about real problems that we face. Body hair. This guy I went on a date with, he said, you have beautiful hair. I said, wait till we explore each other's body. It's the same hair growth on the rest of the body. And that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, keep it going, Maritu Turtani. Oh yeah, you touched on farts, why we don't bless them. I really miss like girl farts in the public bathroom. Like, remember those? Remember, because like girl farting in a bathroom is just like, it's not supposed to happen. It's like dropping a wet baby on the floor. It's not supposed to happen. Don't talk about it. But yeah. So let's pay attention, audience members, too. Everybody's got apps. They've got social medias on the bottom banner with their names and where they're from. And so if you want to leave a tip or send somebody money via Venmo or whatever, their tags are on the bottom. And please do tip people because we need it. Right. Your next comic. I got to pull up that page again. This is
that page, girl.
Get that page. Renita Bostic is a full-time educator from New Jersey. She has performed in several comedy venues, competitions, and festivals across the country. She will drop your jaw, provoke stares of disbelief, and force you to laugh whether you want to or not. Give it up for Renita Bostic!
Thank you so much for that dramatic intro. Give it up for your host, Vanessa, and all the ladies on the show. Vanessa talked about the pandemic. Like she said, just piggybacking off of that, I can't believe it's been a year since we've been dealing with this pandemic. And it's been rough for a lot of people. And you know what, to be honest, it was rough for me before the pandemic, okay? 6 months before, I lost my boyfriend suddenly. And it was hard because I gained 20 pounds while we were in the relationship. You know, and I was feeling myself so much. I got thick. I went through all my extra small underwear out, bought a whole bunch of mediums. Then he passed away. I lost weight because I stopped eating. And now I've been walking around for the past year and a half with thongs that don't fit. So I don't know if life can get more awful than it's already been for me. But I went to counseling right after because I was just not doing well mentally. I had all types of emotions and so many questions. And I asked my therapist, I told her, I said, look, I lost my boyfriend last week and can't stop thinking about having sex. Is that normal? And she said, absolutely. I said, with Michael B. Jordan? Because usually what happens is when you lose your partner, people always say, oh, they wouldn't want you to be sad. They want you to do what makes you happy. I'm like, well, sleeping with Michael B. Jordan is pretty much what's around, that's down the alley, I'm like, shit, I need to do something else besides thinking about this grief. So one night with Killmonger, I think it'll solve all my issues, at least temporarily. My girlfriend asked me the other day, because it's been so much time that has passed. She said, do you think that you'll ever feel like dating again? And I was like, honestly, I don't know. I said, that was my soulmate. And before I met him, I was single for 10 years consecutively. Yeah, usually when I say that, the ladies behind here, they're staring at me and judging me. I'm used to that. That's fine. But it wasn't my fault. I always wanted to be in a relationship. I just kept finding dudes that had trust issues. And I had this one dude that had the most potential. And I remember after spending 2 years with him, he asked me, how do I know that you're going to be loyal to me? And I said, well, I can answer your question in 4 words. I still have AOL. If I'm not loyal, like if that's to prove that I'm not loyal, I don't know what will. But it didn't work out though. It didn't work out. Traditional dating didn't work out for me. So I tried to do the online dating thing, just like Ritu. I was on Match, I was on eHarmony, I was on Black People Meet, and Black People Meet was the worst. Now compared to the other two, it was cool because it had the most Black dudes that I could choose from. The problem was they weren't quality, And I should have seen a red flag, because when I signed up, they had a buy one, get one free membership. That should have been an indication that this was about to be some bullshit. I should have known. And I went on there trying to find some people. Some guys put their kids up as their profile pic. Other dudes didn't even put up a picture at all. And these were the dudes that had screen names like Drunk as Hell, Just the Tip, and Cold Killer 38.
Oh.
All the people that scream marriage and commitment, So I went on there, still searching. And I finally came across Girl Dad. I was like, perfect. He's got to be, much better than what I've been seeing. So I read his description, and it said that he had 6 kids, like 4 different women, and he loved to travel. Now, my first thought was, nigga, where? Okay. Like, I know your child support payments are stacking up. I know one of you might be thinking to yourself, or just said to yourself, V, you don't know that he ain't had no money. Yes, I do. Because when I look right now, he said that it was chilling. Okay. So I already know that he could not afford those girls. And if their mothers aren't taking care of them, I'm sure they're homeless. I'm positive. But I was on there for a while, and I didn't find anybody. And I got to a point where I knew that I had been on there way too long once I started seeing niggas' kids growing up. Yeah, because there was one dude that I met, his daughter was 7 at the time. And then years later, we're still on here searching for love. This bitch was graduating high school. I was like, you know what? Let me get my ass off of this website. Let me go join a church, try to be somebody's first lady, hashtag church goals. I was like, this online dating thing is working for me. Now, I did decide that if I do ever date again, I'm going to date somebody that's my age, because I'm in my 40s now. When I was in my late 30s, several years ago, I was dating somebody 15 years younger than me. And they say when you're an older woman and you date a younger man, they like to call you a cougar. The problem was I didn't feel like a cougar. I felt like a pedophile. And it made me feel real uncomfortable, And I would always go out with him. I would be looking over my shoulders, just waiting for Chris Hansen to pop out of nowhere with a microphone in my face, ready to do a reboot of To Catch a Predator. Like, I knew it was coming. I had to get rid of the young dude. I couldn't do it. So I decided, okay, I'm going to date somebody that's older. So I started dating somebody that was in his 50s. Here's the thing, 50-year-olds are cool, but the problem is 50-year-olds don't talk like 30-year-olds do. They talk like from a different point in time in history. And I can tell you right now from personal experience, the 50-year-old man is not going to be walking around calling you bae. He's not. Okay? But he will call you sugar lump and some other old ass nicknames he can come up with. Yeah. My dude liked to call me sweet potato, snickerdoodle, and almond joy.
No.
And I'm looking at him like, no wonder you got diabetes. All you're doing is talking about food all day. But he was a good conversationalist. I just sometimes didn't like talking to him, because when you would ask him simple questions like, how was your day? He wouldn't just say it was good or it was bad. He would say things like, shit, I can't call it. Why do you sound like an old Black janitor right now? Like every time you open your mouth, I'm picturing you behind some abandoned high-rise shooting dice. Like I just not a good look. You know, and I'm like, I don't think I can have a relationship with you if I can't even have a conversation without you turning into Dolomite. You know, like this is not a black exploitation movie. This is a relationship, you know? But I love going out with him. He loved taking me out because we would go out places where, you know, go out to eat where I could dress up and look nice. And right before we left the house, I would always ask him, how do I look? He would always step back. He would look at me for a couple of seconds and he would say, hot dog. And I'm like, see, Earl, there you go, talking about food again. I was like, is your sugar low? Do you need to go in the kitchen and get some crackers before we go to this restaurant? Because I don't know how long the wait's going to be. And I don't need you passing out a Red Lobster. Okay? He was bad with technology, too. I'm not surprised. You know, he was bad with technology. Because I was the oldest man I've ever been with, I was like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable being intimate with him. It took me a while. But when I finally got to that point, I did like a lot of us do. You know, instead of me telling him what I wanted, I told him what I wanted through emojis. So one day, I sent him a text message with a whole bunch of eggplants. Most of you guys should know what that means. But if you don't, I was basically trying to let him know that I was ready. Do you know that he sent me a text message back and he said, no, thank you, Buttercup. I just ate. I called him and I was like, Bernard, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm trying to have sex. This was not a dinner invitation. No, but that's my time, guys. Thank you. I'm Vernita.
Keep it going for Vernita. Yes. Take note of everybody's Cash Apps and Venmos and make sure you tip everybody and show them love. Show them love. Show them the money, love. All right. Next, I'm gonna pull up the thing now. Our next comedian is from Chicago, is a United States Navy veteran, and you can catch her on season 2 Getting Off comedy series premiering this summer. She uses comedy to spread military and PTSD awareness. Give it up for Serena Monet.
Yes.
Yeah. DJ cut it off. I'm the DJ. I cut it off. Hey, y'all. I just want to say thank y'all for having me today. I love doing comedy shows with no draws on. God bless y'all so much. Let's jump on into this. My cable is off. Yeah. I'm so upset I can't watch my favorite show. It's the show where they be holding on to stuff all over their house. It be stuff everywhere.
Orders?
Which one is it?
Orders?
No, 19 kids and counting. That's Listen, I don't want no kids. I keep a plan B in my glove compartment. Amen. And if that don't work, I got 3 hangers in my trunk. Amen. Listen, don't act like y'all scared of a little bit of home abortion because y'all on a Zoom call without no mask on. Y'all want to die. Y'all got death wishes. Like I said before, I love to do Zoom comedy shows. I love to feel my titties on my lap as I tell jokes to the people. I'm not ashamed because I get so pissed off when the people at the gas station they card me and they like, you don't look 21. Okay, well let me pull one of these titties out and see if you change your mind. Don't call the police on me. I'm trying to prove something here. Don't you call the police on me. I am a military veteran, y'all. Give me some claps for that. Yeah. I learned one thing in the military and it stuck with me. It's deep in my heart. And to be honest, sometimes I get emotional when I talk about it. When white people tell you to be yourself, don't do it. You don't do that. Because I found myself twerking and letting them call me Wayne Brady. And I just... I I just don't know if it's a deal or no deal. I don't know. Let's make it a deal. I'm an auntie. And it's so crazy because even before I became an auntie, I knew I was an auntie because I started growing little chin hairs. I said, oh shit. You know, I don't got pussy no more. I got coochie because I got chin hairs. This is mature down here. This is mature, you know. Yeah. I grew my chin hairs and I wanted to read this poem for y'all today about my niece. It's a beautiful poem, and I hope I don't break down when I do this, but I'm gonna do it for y'all. Okay, here we go. Woo! My niece is a bitch. My niece is a bitch. We was at church the other day, and a lady next to me sneezed a little cute sneeze. Choo. And I said, bless you, ma'am. And she said, do you happen to have a piece of tissue? And my niece just bust out laughing, hands in the air, feet in the air laughing. I said, niece, what's so funny? She said, my TT had tissue in her booty last night, and I just did not know what to say. My niece is a bitch. My niece is a bitch. She know I smoke weed and she know I get high. She know when she got fruit snacks, TT won't one. Because I got the munchies. Give me one of them Dora the Explorer Scooby-Doos. Give me one, girl. They good. The other day she came in the living room with some fruit snacks. I ate one and fell asleep. This bitch gave me a melatonin. It was a berry melatonin pudding pop, and maybe it's too soon to say that. The drug reference. It was the drug reference. She drugged me. My niece is a bitch. My niece is a bitch. I recently got cheated on, so I decided to cut all my goddamn hair off.
Yay!
I did it at home by myself, so I looked like 101 Dalmatian. I went to the barber shop to let them fix it up for me. And as soon as the barber got all my hair off, my niece stood up, put both of her musty arms in the air, and said, TT, you look like my daddy.
Oh.
I asked that bitch, how you know what your daddy look like?
Oh.
Bitch. That's my time, y'all. I'm Serena Monet. Thank y'all so much.
Nice. Serena Monet and her niece is a bitch. I love calling kids bad names. They're all shits. They're assholes. Got it. Did you say something? Who said somebody said something about being a cougar, and it just made me think, because my mom is all about like going after young men, but you know, she's over 63. So over 60 ladies are not called cougars anymore. They're called saber-tooths. I don't think that's fair. But anyway, all right. Are we ready for our headliner?
Yes.
All right. And here I am. Keep cheering, keep cheering, keep cheering. Yeah. All right. Steed, the Women's March in San Francisco for a crowd of 60,000 people and can be seen on The Rookie on ABC on March 28th. Give it up for Mona Shaikh.
Yeah. For yourselves, all these amazing, hilarious, very talented. Thank you very much. This is it's an honor to be in your company. Everybody's just bringing it tonight. It's so nice. This show actually gave me the opportunity to shower from the waist up. Thank you. Very, very excited to be here. You guys, I come from a land of virgins. Yeah. So it's Pakistan. Yeah. And for the longest time, I've wondered why our men are so obsessed with virgins, and boils down to the fact that they just don't like criticism. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. You know what's one thing you never see a lot of is female suicide bombers. You guys don't see a lot of that. You know why? Women are smart as shit. That's why. We know it's bad enough to be with one virgin. Why the fuck are we gonna be with 72 of them? Okay? Imagine trying to convince a woman, be like, hey, if you kill yourself, you're gonna get 72 dicks in heaven. I'd be like, I don't even want 72 dicks on earth. Makes me think I want 72 dicks in heaven and I gotta kill myself for it. Get the fuck out of here. Women are dodging dicks on the daily. We're like Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah.
You know, from all friggin' angles over here. Okay? Kind of bullshit. You know, I want to try something new here. Okay, I know that these fucking wrinkle creams and these Botox. I'm sick and tired of seeing ladies' faces on there. Okay, you know why? Because women, it's just a natural aging process. Just like it is for women, it is for men. You know what's fucking wrinkled from birth? Balls. Balls from birth. Okay, stop putting ladies' faces and goddamn Botox commercials trying to tell me that I gotta fix my face. Why don't you fix your balls, sir? Your balls are wrinkled from birth. I want to see some ads where they take like baby balls and are like injected with Botox. Like, look, we smooth these balls out. We can do it as you get older. Botox balls. Like, no, I can get behind that, but I'm tired of constantly being catered to women, and we're like trying to make you feel like shit. Like, ladies, like, before I didn't have any confidence, and now I have Botox, and I can feel my face. No, you don't. Put it on the balls. Tired of it. Okay, I'm fucking sick of this shit. You guys, I grew up in Pakistan, and growing up in Pakistan, I thought America looked like the movie Home Alone. So when I landed in New York, I was like, yes, this is America. Okay. And then we were driving through Manhattan. I was like, yes, this is just like the movie Home Alone. And then we drove through Holland Tunnel into Jersey City. Have you been to Jersey City? Mm-hmm. Like I never left Pakistan. I was like, we're still here. What happened? What kind of ripoff is this? Okay. Nobody, the biggest culture shock for me was seeing pregnant teenagers in high school. I was like, we just call them Mary back home. That's all we do. Feel is here, people. Let's go. Okay. I know, man, it's, I mean, look, when September 11th happened, all the Muslims, and now with like the Muslim ban that Trump had, dude, they pulled me over at the airport and they're like, ma'am, there's a ticking sound coming from you. Yeah. I was like, don't worry about it. It's my biological clock. Take it away. My mother reminds me of it every goddamn day. Okay. Don't worry about it. It's happening. You guys, the pandemic, who was talking about? Ritu was talking about it here because we're hairy women. And because, South Asian, Middle Eastern, our men are hairy, but our women are hairier. Okay. And that's how we roll, baby. Pandemic isn't good for us. Okay. It just isn't good. Okay. Before you were like, oh, you could like go get laser and waxing. It ain't pretty. Okay. Before the pandemic, my bikini line looked like the Vegas Strip. And during the pandemic, it looks like the Gaza Strip. It's terrifying, okay? Before it was like all pretty and shiny and had a few losers hanging around. But now it looks like, it's like hostile territory. Nobody wants to be around it. And it's terrifying being there, okay? Okay. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I know the COVID-19 people are like, what's the 19 for? I'm like, for the 19 pounds you get to gain during the pandemic. That's what the 19 is about. Because is anybody getting the pandemic fupa? Fatter for
Yes.
I got the pandemic fupa, man. You know how you know you're gaining weight? Your underwear gets tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when you have Victoria's Secret imprinted on you when you take it off at night? You're like, I gotta cut back. I gotta cut back on that sugar. I gotta cut back. You know, when you got Calvin Klein like on your ass, you're like, I gotta cut back on those carbs right now. That ain't looking so pretty, you know. I just ladies, I'm sure a lot of ladies could relate to this or not. You know, it's just like when the body is just not the same for women in the 20s versus the 30s, right? It's just not the same, right? Like in my 20s, when I took my bra off, my titties just stood on their own. You know what I'm saying? But in your 30s, you take your bra off, your titties just start sliding over to the side like Moses starting the Red Sea.
Yes.
One going east, the other one's going west. We're like, yo, what the hell happened to my titties? Like, things are so nice. You start getting the back tits. You know what I'm talking about? The back fat. This right here. You know what I'm talking about? You know. Sometimes you go on dates and you're just like, this guy, he only deserves the back titties. He don't deserve the front titties. Okay. You know? Guys, this is a true story. We was just talking about the fupa. You know, it's like the other day I was taking a shower. Couldn't find my pussy, you guys. Couldn't find it. I had to take my hand and shove my gut back. It was like, there you are, old friend. I thought I lost you. And then I removed my hand and it disappeared. What happens when you get older, okay? You know when you like start dating a guy in the beginning of your 20s, you're like, oh my god, this is gonna be so great. In your 30s, you spend time with a guy, you're just like, I hope I don't have a fart slip out. Like I gotta sleep with one eye open so my fart don't slip out, so he's never gonna call me back. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take anti-fart pills. Have you ever taken these anti-fart pills? And the guy's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'll be a minute. And just like, just taking anti-fart pills because that's what's happening to your body. You just dropping farts in places really you shouldn't. Oh my God, 20s and 30s, man, it just ain't the same. You know, in your 20s, you're like passing by construction sites and they're like, hey, nice ass, chick, nice titties. In your 30s, you start passing by, nobody gives a fuck. You're passing by, like, you don't want this? No, it's not your jam anymore? Okay, that's start sticking your ass out a little extra when you pass by construction sites. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Okay, there's no Botox for your ass. So there's butt implants. But the Kardashians fucked that up. So there's also that. You guys, I am sick and tired of people who don't want to wear the fucking mask. Wear the goddamn mask already. Just wear it. Okay? Sick and tired.
Yes.
500,000 people are dead. Fucking wear the mask. And you know what? It's always the ugly ones too. It's never the pretty ones. You know what? It's always the ugly ones. The pretty ones are like, yo, I'll cover. Ugly ones, it's like, no, you don't understand. Okay? Not only are we trying to save humanity, I'm also trying to save my eyes. Cover it up. I don't want to see it. Cover it up. Okay? I know people were going crazy, man. When the pandemic hit, people were like, toilet paper. Holy shit. We were like, we didn't know toilet paper was this important. People going to Costco, fucking like elbowing people in the face just to fucking hoard a bunch of fucking toilet paper. What are you gonna do? Make salads out of this shit? Like, what are you gonna do? Okay? Let me tell you, Muslim people, even South Asian people, they're like, I don't know what the big deal is. Okay? Because we have been using the bidet for years, centuries. Okay? We've been jet power hosing our asses for years. Okay? We're like, what's the big deal? Okay? Just splash some water. You're home. Don't even have underwear on. Just walk it off. Just dry it off. Sit down and do your fucking Zoom show. End of story. Nothing else. Okay? People are just like losing their goddamn mind. Just start like jet power hose in your ass. It just feels fresher, is what I'm trying to get at. It's just so much fresher, you know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know how many single people. Any single? We have a people here. Yeah, comic single. Very shocking. Yeah, we are the winners. How could we be single? Oh my god, look at us. Like, so amazing. Yay, talking about our fart issues on camera. This is so great. You guys, I think the wonderful thing I think the pandemic has done for me is, as a single person, is to lower my standards. This miraculous thing that's happening. Somebody was asking me, they're like, "What's your type?" I'm like, "A pulse, like a pulse." At this point, let's go, people. People are dying. What are we looking at here? Let's go. You know, I mean, after the pandemic, when I start going back on dates again, I'm just gonna show up in a wedding gown. You know what I'm saying? And if it makes him nervous, then he's not the one. Like. Clearly, you have commitment issues. You know, dudes coming out here. I don't know. I want to get to know you. Fuck you. Get married. Let's go. I'm just saying. Let's just get married. You know. Yeah. Single man, single life. You know, I've tried a bunch of dating websites, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try an ethnic dating website. This is a real website. It's called Minder. It's the Muslim Tinder. I should not. First of all, how fucking creative to remove the M. Let's just start. Okay? The most broken, fucked up people I've ever seen in my life on this app. Okay, dude, I want to come up with an app called Hinder. Okay. Whenever you're about to right swipe on that broken or fucked up person, your parents just pop up. They're like, "What are you doing? These are not the values I raised you with." Okay. This person doesn't even have teeth. Swipe left. What are you doing? Hinder my parents. Preventing you from making yet another mistake. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. That's I think that's the jam with the single life. The single life in general just kind of stuff. You know, dating in Los Angeles is like going through the clearance section at the 99-cent store.
Right.
Just when you thought you have met someone fucked up, wait a little. There's someone so fucked up waiting around the corner. Okay, taking through the trash. Oh, this looks. Oh no, still trash. Keep digging. That's dating in Los Angeles for you guys. That's kind of where we're at. You guys, I know Trump is gone, and thank God for that. You know, I was really shocked. You know, now with like the COVID and just putting on all the weight. Not that I had a fucking thigh gap before, but now it's totally gone. There's just no thigh gap. And I was shocked when Trump came out and said, and he was just like, grab him by the pussy. I was like, how are you going to do that? There's no thigh gap here. Not a fucking hook. You're not just going to go and like hook yourself in it. That's not how vaginas work. You don't go and just like hook yourself and just fucking go along for the ride. Like, that's not how pussies work. That sounds like a guy that's actually never seen a pussy. Because there's no idea how vaginas work. Okay? Because you know, any woman that ever fucked him in the dark. Because god damn. Have you seen that body? He got an Atlanta stripper ass on an old white man. Like, how you gonna come up with an Atlanta stripper ass, Trump, and then talk about, oh, she's a 4? You're obese. What the fuck? You are in no position to be rating people. Okay, you fucking orange turd. No position. I'm amazed at these fucking, and his wife. Well, be best. You have to be best. That fucking mail order bride. Yeah, that one. You know, we have to be best. You know, the first time I heard Melania Trump, I don't know she was that immigrant because I was like, I was like, yo, this is some next level immigrant shit. Like, and from an immigrant, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, but you can't take some accent reduction classes? Like, he can't buy you some? Like, the first time I heard her, it went something like this. If you push my husband, he will push back harder. I was like, bitch. I was like, the only thing you're gonna be pushing is his old ass in a wheelchair. Okay. What's up on here? Okay. Wearing a goddamn jacket. I really don't care, do you? Bitch, we're not gonna care when you rot in prison either. The fuck out. Okay? Well, I don't know. I just want to be best. Yes, be best hooker. I know some people might get upset, like, Mona, that's not right. She's a woman. Yes, but she's a fucking bitch because she doesn't care about other women. She doesn't fucking care. She's a goddamn fucking gold digger who ended up with a job and she fucking hated it. The worst gold digger in the world too, right? She was like, oh my god, I'm going to be best. I'm going to be first lady. And then she had to work. She's like, fuck. You know? Yeah, bitch. Yeah, that's your job. You're the goddamn first lady, bitch. Fucking amazing, dude. Amazing. Are you guys up for like a dark story? Are you guys like, do you want to hear some dark stories?
Yeah.
That voice, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody's like touching themselves. I'm not sure. Making me a little nervous, but you may want to mute yourself when you do that. Please. I don't want to hear any gushing sounds in the back. All right, here we go, you guys. Here we go. You guys, I grew up in a pretty violent household. There's a lot of violence in my house growing up. I grew up in Jersey City. I have 4 older brothers, and 3 of my brothers at the time who I was living with, I had secretly around the age of 18 gotten a job, and my family was not very happy about me becoming an independent woman and getting my own job and making my own money. So one day I'm at the bus stop, and I'm waiting for my brothers to come pick me up because the buses weren't running. In good old Journal Square in Jersey City in the middle of the night. So my brothers come to pick me up. I've just come from work. And my 3 brothers come to pick me up. And, 2 brothers are sitting in the back. One's, of course, driving. And I go and sit in the front, and I hear the door lock. And my brother in the driver's side punches the side of my face, and it hits the window because the window's rolled up. And one of my brothers in the back starts choking me. And my other brother comes in and starts choking me too, and like the other brother's like punching my head. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on right now? You guys, can I tell you something? Oh my god, spanking is so out of the bedroom. I can never get spanked again because every time I get spanked, I'm like, brothers. I'm just like, oh, what happened? It just isn't fun foreplay. It just some girls like it's like check me, and I'm like, oh no, been there, don't like it. I spoke with 2 dudes. They're like, Mona, you're kinky. I'm like, they were my brothers. They were like, oh, I don't know, you Pakistanis were into that shit. I'm like, we're not. It was just violence. So you guys, it's okay, you guys. It's okay to laugh. I'm here. I'm doing comedy. I'm headlining a fucking show with you guys. Come on. I'm all right. I'm okay. You guys. I performed the holy pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia. I am Muslim, and I was about 11 years old. And my family, I went with my mom and my brother to perform the holy pilgrimage in Mecca. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about Saudi Arabia, but it is fucking conservative. They're a little cuckoo. So I'm there, and it's a very lengthy process. So, you see this big black box. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. That's called God's house. It's called Mecca. And that's like, we have to like rounds around this big black box. So here I am with my cousin who lived there. My mom and my brother are like, doing the rounds around this thing. And this thing goes for hours, okay? Hours. You cannot take any bathroom breaks. If you take a bathroom break, you got to start from the beginning, okay? You cannot, you just got to go all the way. It's however many hours it is. I'm 11, okay? I'm last round. making arounds, right? And like the last hour, my stomach starts dancing. My stomach's like, we gotta go. Okay. So you know when you're like trying to hold your poop in, you just start cutting, you start doing a little salsa dance because you're clenching your butt, you just start doing this little, close your tight, you just kind of start doing this little salsa dance, like last 30 minutes, okay? And my stomach goes, we gotta go now, okay? So I turn to my cousin, I'm like, where's the bathroom? She's like, it's 10 minutes out. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. Okay. Bad news, you guys. I shit my pants. But that's not the worst part, okay? As I'm salsa dancing my way to the bathroom, it comes out of my pants and falls off to the side, okay? Oh. People passing by are like, ma'am, you dropped something. I'm like, don't worry about it. It's on the house. Keep it. And that's what you call a holy shit. Yeah. Not fun, you guys. Not fun. I don't know. Did I get the light already? I'm sorry if I messed the light. I apologize. Well, there's the light. There it is. Okay. All right. You guys. There it is. There's the light. One more story, and then we wrap it up. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's do this. So I mentioned to you guys, so I did grow up in a pretty violent household, and of course that kind of violence was in Pakistan too. With my mom and my dad, we used to fight all the time. They used to bicker and fight all the friggin' time. So I'm like 5 or 6 years old. I see my mom getting her hair like dragged out by my dad, and my dad's like beating the crap out of my mom. I'm like, oh shit. I'm watching in horror. My brothers are watching in horror. Okay. And we're like, holy shit, who's going to stop this? Now, my third oldest brother was this really chubby kid, okay? And we used to call him the milk boy because he had really fat titties. We used to walk up to him with a cup and be like, give us some milk from your fat titties, milk boy. Come on, let's go. He'd be like, get out of here. I'm like, what about the other fat titty? Come on, give us some milk, okay? Who's the only kid with the biggest balls to jump on my dad, okay, and break up the fight, you guys? That's right, Milk Boy to the rescue, okay? Milk Boy jumped on my dad, shook him off, okay? And so as a child, I translated in my head, fat equals brave, okay? And I said to myself that when I get older, I'm going to be with a fat guy because he's going to protect me and he's going to feed me, okay? Because also, can I just say, fuck skinny guys with that fucking coffee dates and shit. Get the fuck out of my face, okay? If you go out on a date with a fat guy, he'll always feed you. You know why? Because he's always fucking hungry. That's why. And I love that. I love that so much, okay? I love fat guys. This is a fucking true story. So I met this guy, and he was this fat guy. I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. I love him. This is great, okay? We end up back at his place, and I didn't quite figure out how fat he really was, because he must have had like a man garter on or something, okay? Because when he took his shirt off, his body was unraveling rapidly, okay? Yeah. His body looked like a lava lamp had crashed on the ground. It just, and I was like, wow. He looked like he napalmed his own room. And I was like, oh, shit. And the saddest thing, you guys, is that, he had like the man fupa. You know what I'm talking about? That little gut that comes right before you see the crotch, And the tiniest thing on his body, you guys, was his pee-pee. Boo! I know. I thought that when you're fat, the fat pushes into your penis and makes your penis bigger. That works. That's not how science works either, you guys. But yeah. I woke up the next day and I was like, sir, you're welcome. And then I put on a cup. I was like, let me get some milk from your fat titties, milk boy. Let's go. Let's go. You guys, this has been a lot of fun. You guys are pretty fantastic. If you guys want to follow me on YouTube, you can. You can go to youtube.com/Mona Shaikh, my full name, comedian. And I'm going to be doing a live stream right after this on my YouTube channel and my Facebook. But thank you very much for having me, guys, and give it up for all of yourselves. All right? Thank you.
Yeah. Keep it going for all your comics tonight. Yeah. Johnny, Bernita Bostic, Serena Monet, and Mona Shaikh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so great, you guys. Let's keep it going. We're gonna Lady Laughs has a few announcements. So there is a new podcast, I Love Funny Women podcast with Nina Martinez, and the latest one is featuring Lalita D. You can find it on all your podcast stations. Also, Lady Laughs is doing their first stop on their Lady Laughs Comedy Festival tour in 2 weeks on March 17th on St. Patty's Day. And you can find that at ladylaughs.com. I think there's an Eventbrite tickets you can buy, and just check all this stuff out. Don't forget to check out Extra AF Comedy on Facebook and Instagram, and then also all the social medias for everybody in this show. Thank you, everyone, so much. What a great night.
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah. I just want to know what you're planning for St. Patrick's Day.
I love funny women, full of wit and wordplay. A dirty sketch or a spoof.
How are you, my tigers?
Hi, my name is Erin Locke. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to Hamilton.
St. Patty's Day. I'm wearing green. I'm wearing sequins. We're going out.
Well, Dina, if that is your real name. Like I said before, y'all are all deluded. All right. President Trump is still running the government.
God told me to expand my horizons. That what he said. Or was it legs?
Taurus gets a little horny with Uranus.
Now go touch your inner goddess as much as you'd like.